Sometimes in life we learn a lot when we keep going and decide not to give up. We can learn that there is a hidden strength and potential within us. We learn how to keep ourselves motivated. Most importantly, we decide not to give up, and we learn how we can also effectively convert our failures into success.
I want to ask you just a few questions to give some tips, some advice, okay?
Yeah.
I know for sure everyone is thinking right now and is dying, what the hell does TJ do for work?
Yeah.
That's the first question everyone asks themselves, right? When they see someone in Lamborghini. ¿A qué se dedica TJ? ¿Qué hace para trabajar?
Yeah, so I have a lot of experience in business. So I've done a lot of different things. The big thing that I've done is I've built a tech services business, and I've sold that business.
Okay.
So that's number one. Secondly, I have.
How long did it take you to build that company?
Before I sold it, 25 years.
25 años. I like that. You see,
25.
25 años.
25.
It's not from one day to another day.
Even though it took me 25 years to sell the tech business, I built other businesses during that time. But I didn't try to build them all at the same time.
Okay.
I got traction with my tech business and put people in place, and then I was able to start building other businesses.
That's a good question I want to ask you. Would you recommend someone to focus on one single business, or what's your approach in that?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend that people focus on one business at a time. You can do a lot. You might even be able to do everything you want.
Focus on one until it's making good money, then you can start doing other things.
Yeah, not only when it's making good money, that it can run on its own with people that you have in place. You can still grow and scale the business. Right. Yeah, not just when you're making good money, because if you take your eyes off of that, it's going to go down. So you focus on it until you have systems in place that allow it to continue to grow.
Perfect.
Then you can start focusing on it.
And that's very important. I also say scale your business in the right way, because that's the most difficult part. I might say it's very easy to do more money than a regular job. Nowadays with internet, you can do $5,000 a month so easy. The difficult is scaling $5,000 to 200 grand. That's difficult.
That is difficult, but if you have, a lot of times people look at, so I always say work. I want to help people work on their business, not in their business. And the difference is when you're working on your business, you're building something that is going to grow in value and equity, which means that the longer you work in it, the more value it has, and you can sell that, right? Whereas when you're working in your business, it's just like working for someone else. It's just, you're saying you don't have a boss, but your boss is everybody. You're still working your ass off. You're still doing a whole bunch of stuff. And then if you stop, your business stops and there's no more value. So it's important to learn to work on your business so that you can build something that takes care of you and your family for a lifetime.
And I think that's really important, and really, really, really successful people, I think that's the difference. They build things that are like forever, and then they go to other things.
Yeah, for sure. Other things that I do is I have quite a bit of real estate. I was just looking at it today. I got like 9 real estate projects underway in some form or fashion. I have about 5 of those in the Dominican Republic, beachfront properties right now, do that kind of stuff, short-term stuff. So real estate is something that as you start to make money, you develop that as a part of your portfolio. And that's the thing that you can kind of do while you're doing other things because it's somewhat passive.
That's a really important thing. I think something everyone asks me is they're young people, they're like, I don't know, I want to ask your opinion on that. I'm just going to tell you my opinion. People tell me, oh, what do I need to invest in? And I'm like, look, you don't need to invest in anything because you don't have nothing. You need to invest in yourself invest in yourself. Don't try and invest, I'm going to buy $50 of Bitcoin. That's not going to take you anywhere. You invest when you have money. So I think first invest in yourself, right? What's your take on that one? Many young guys, they're asking, what do you invest in? What do I do? What would be your answer to someone young that doesn't have money, doesn't really know what to do, and What do I do?
It's a question that comes up all the time, right?
Yeah.
What should I invest in?
Yeah.
And I'll ask the question, well, how much money do you have to invest? I don't have any money. But, but I want to learn all about investing out. Well, the first thing you want to do is invest in yourself. Because if you invest in yourself, I mean, that's your number one asset, right? What you have here, right? And obviously, if you go further than that, how you take care of your body, right? That's all tied together. But the point is that is you, right? There's nothing else that you can invest in that you can invest in that's better than investing in yourself.
Exactly.
Right? So mean is get a skill that's marketable, right? Too many people are focused on their passion.
Okay.
What am I passionate about? It's great when it just falls into place where what you're passionate about, you can make money with.
Yes, I think there's a lot of different opinions on that.
So-
Because I understand where you're coming from. I tell them always follow your passion.
Right.
But the thing is that many people don't really know what's their passion.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So here's where I'm a little bit controversial, right? There's a lot of people that follow me, right, that maybe don't come from the greatest family, don't have the greatest financial conditions, right? So they have to focus on making a life.
Yeah.
So it's easy for, I'll hear some folks like Gary Vee or someone say, just do what you love. Just follow your passion. That's great if somebody else is feeding you. That's great if you have a safety net. But if you don't have a safety net,
you gotta
first focus on getting marketable skills that's going to take care of your life. And then as you grow and experience different things, you'll find your passion.
I know. I agree
Everybody
with you
can't afford so it's controversial, right? Because it goes counter to what people are saying, but everybody can't afford to focus on their passion, right?
See, in life, if you can get through to doing things that you can hate to do, on the other side is greatness. That's what people don't understand. The best thing about finding like-minded people is that it allows you to be yourself. You can enter the space with no fear of judgment, and this kind of transparency breeds amazing friendship, right? So getting to discuss dreams, goals, tragedy, and triumphs was a welcome change from the monitor of everyday conversation.
I agree with you that my story is I was in that situation. I had to eat, so I've done everything. I've washed dishes, I've washed cars, I had 3 jobs, but I worked so hard in what I didn't like, and on my free time I always had my passion.
Right.
Now my passion is my job, but it's been so hard to get here. I couldn't have focused on my passion from day one. It's a big error. So I like what you're saying. It's not only follow your passion, and I'm gonna go just do videos.
Follow your passion, do what you love. And I want to do a YouTube channel. Okay, cool. If you can, if you have I can do YouTube because I don't care if I make money or not. I can do it. I can invest in the resources. Right? It doesn't matter. But I had to do a whole lot of other stuff first, so I could get here. The thing, if you go ask Michael Jordan, or if you could have asked Kobe Bryant, right, as some of the best in the world, right? And I'm sure if you go ask Lewis Hamilton or something like that, you go, what makes you so good? It's going to get down to the fundamentals. It's always going to be the basics.
What's in your eyes?
It's going to be your vision. It's going to be what you believe you can do, and it's going to then be about executing the fundamentals really, really well, over and over, better than everybody else. So when I tell people, hey, have a vision, right? Focus, right? Do the work, build the relationships, keep at it, right? That seems so basic. They don't want to do it because they don't think they can get there with it because it's too easy, it's too simple, because they're looking for something complex. But no, it's not complex.
I love what you're saying, because that's so true. And I completely agree with you. People don't want to hear that answer. They're just expecting the secret magic. Like with body, a magic pill. And there's no magic pill, magic secret, right? But so what do you think about when someone, I'm going to ask you the most difficult question. It's young, young people that I want to do it. I'm really hungry, but they're completely lost. What would you tell them just to guide them to what way to go? Because I understand when you have a vision and you focus on that, it's more easy. But if they don't have a vision, they don't know what to do. What do you think they should do?
It's interesting because that's where there's danger, right? Because when you're completely lost, what it means is you don't have a vision for your life. You don't see something better for your life, right? People ask, well, what are you going to be when you grow up? What are you going to do and all this? I don't know. In fact, I don't even care. 'Cause I don't know what my passion is. I don't know whatever. Everybody's out here living their best life, right? So what I do is I say, focus on outcomes first, right? So focus on the life that you want to live, right? And sort of remove everything else. Get quiet and get to know yourself. One of the things that I would do, and one of the things that I suggest people do in my Success Club, people I coach, is I get them to think about the life that they want to live. And I have them go through an exercise and be very, very specific about it. So it's like, close your eyes. It's Wednesday. It's 10 years from now. Where are you waking up at? Right? Like, just wake up 10 years from now. Do you have, are you waking up? Is your wife next to you? Is it your girlfriend? Is it two girlfriends? Is it, are you on the countryside? You're in Europe, you're in Miami in a penthouse. Think about it. What does it smell like? What does it feel like? I mean, I go through the nth degree of detail to get a picture of what it is. Because then I go, okay, so now you just woke up. What are you doing? Do you have a meeting? Are you going to go work from home? You're going to get on a call? What is it that you're doing? So when I tell people to do that, I walk through your whole day, and I want you to think about all the senses. What are you seeing? What are you feeling? What are you thinking about? Who needs your help? Right? What are you smelling?
So first of all, know themselves, focus on what they want, and then
get a vision for your life that's so graphic. Right, that you can see it, but it's hard when you're lost. So what you have to do is you have to do that over and over. So, like, I'm not into Zen meditation, but this is my meditation, and this is what I had to do. And once I do that, what happens is the more and more I do that, and one does that, it becomes real for them. Because see, first, once you start to be able to see that thing, you can then start to draw into all of those things. But you got to be able to see it.
I like what you said. I think the simpler way to say all that you said is just visualize something before. Like, for example, me, I visualize myself driving a Lamborghini. When I was driving my shit scooter. I was driving my shit scooter and I was making the noise of a Lamborghini, and I was visualizing myself in a Lamborghini.
That's
so
it.
I worked my ass off until I had my hands in a Lamborghini. And I think you just said that, but even more in detail. Like, go more in detail.
It's an exercise.
It's an exercise that's possibly going to get you there faster. The most funny thing is that people that are listening right now that are in that situation, 80% is going to laugh at this, and that's the problem. That's the problem.
It is, but you can't get to them. You can't get to them. So you get to the ones that are going to listen and try. So here's why that's so important. Because if you say 10 years, we overestimate what we can get done in 10 years. So it removes the shackles or the handcuffs. It's not as hard to think about or have a big imagination about what's going to happen 10 years from now. If I said, imagine that in 2 years or a year, you're restricted. But 10 years, like, I can accomplish anything. So what happens is, it's important, the 10-year thing. It's also important to go through this process, because what happens is your decisions, the people, the decisions you make, the people you start to meet, the situations you start to put yourself in, is going to start to align with the vision that you have for yourself. And so that's one way to start getting unlost, because you found a place that you want to be. And then sometimes, like, honestly, I'll look at my team and I'll be like, here's what I want to achieve. And I'll look at my team and I'll be like, can I get here with this team? The people around me, can I get here with this team? And if I can't, I'm going to make changes.
I love what you just said, because it's funny, because I just like to hear you speak, because then it kind of goes away. Another what I want to say, I say all of this. I say sometimes, look at your friends, right? Do you think you can go somewhere with your friends? And most of the young guys that listen, their friends are in the park smoking weed. Like, where are you gonna go with that? Where are you gonna go? So that's what you just said about your team. You now have a good team, because you have several businesses. You probably so your team is not in the park smoking weed, right? Because we will not be in the next day, right?
That woman right there, I can do anything with her. Like, there's nothing the two of us can't do together.
There's two behind the camera. What you said is very important. You gotta first see what's your team. And man, I always say this: your friends, they can be your lifetime friend, but you gotta cut. You gotta cut, because if you want to be elsewhere, you gotta like be, with another team.
Dude, look, I say this all. Here's the thing I say. Let me say this right here. Here's the thing I say to what you were just saying. The thing that's, especially men, especially young guys, the thing that's fucking them up the most is weed and ass. Right? So it's like they're too comfortable. Imagine, like, you're gonna smoke weed all the time and get all the ass you want. You know what I mean? How motivated are you gonna be?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And they're sacrificing that Lambo, that penthouse, that whatever for weed and ass right now.
I don't know who I saw saying that, but he basically said, forget about the girls. Focus on that, because when you have the Lambo in the house, you get all the girls you want. You're gonna go faster to where you want to go. You be successful, because those things you want, they're gonna come with no effort.
Think like the person you intend to become. I want your dream to be so clear, so vivid, right? That when you get up in the morning, all you gotta do is step into your dream. The difference between people who talk about your dream and who do it is one simple word: it's action, massive action. Having an abundance mindset practically shifts our perspective on things. It builds healthy ways of thinking and allow us to attract the things we want in our life by taking action based on innovation rather than fear.
How many times you failed before you had success?
I mean, I failed a lot. I mean, even today I fail at things. So that's an ongoing process. So, and success is also an ongoing process. Right?
I believe same, and you gotta fail to succeed.
Look at your life right now. If you want to keep on getting what you can, keep on doing what you're doing. You've got to be willing to change your ways. Right? So you need to understand something. Your life is working. If you don't like what you have produced, you're the director, you're the star, you wrote the script. You produce it. Whatever it is, if it's a hit, you produce it. If it's a flop, you produce it. Take ownership of it and decide to go back to the drum board and rewrite the script that you're the star of it.